All right, shall we start?
Nope. We shall start.
Okay. How about now?
Yep.
Okay.
Hello and hello. Answering the phone. Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome. We are the Ladies of Strange. I'm Ashley.
I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Rebecca.
Thank you for joining us each week as we discuss
The history, mystery, and theory.
Of all things questionable, odd, and eerie.
Welcome back, ladies.
Welcome back. I'm so happy. It's been 3 weeks.
It's been a long time.
Far too long.
I mean, it hasn't been long for y'all listeners.
No.
It's been a hot minute for us.
Far too long.
It's been sad.
It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you.
Without a dope beat to step two, step two, step two.
I never knew what they said right there. It just blew my mind.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Taking it back. Before we dive on in, we have a shout out to make.
Yes, we do.
We have a new patron saint, stranger.
No, they
yeah.
are a patron saint.
Lover. Oh, hello.
Oh,
How are
hello.
you? How are you? Also, this person, before they became a patron.
And hopefully are still here after that comment.
I mean, whatever. It's cool. You do you, boo-boo. I mean, I'm always looking for consent. So.
Yes.
Just
Okay.
No means no.
What did this person say?
And they weren't the only one, but
Fair.
to everyone who reached out, and we had a lot of people, which, little side note here, we started this podcast so we could learn things too.
Yes.
So if we ever say something or we talk about something or mention something that we're not 100% sure on and you know about it, please let us know on one of our social medias or through email or whatever.
We'll just be thrilled someone's talking to us. So
that too, and we like the attention, so that's fine.
Yes.
But an Instagram user named Akio Bambi.
like, come here, dear.
Oh, cute. I'm not real sure what the meaning behind their username is, but
I mean, she already told us one thing. So
true.
anyway, I'm going to stop making it awkward.
But they reached out and gave us more information on scarification, which we discussed briefly on the 300-year-old werewolf episode.
Yes.
So they said scarification is, as you said, about leaving a permanent mark on the skin. It isn't usually about pain, and it's actually a type of body modification. So similar to like piercings or tattoos.
Very cool.
And it's deeply rooted in a lot of African cultures. Healed scarifications look very similar to a white ink tattoo.
That's
So,
pretty cool.
They
Learned
shared that
something new.
information with us and then became a patron. And we greatly appreciate you.
This is a virtual hug.
Squish. But yes, their username is Akio, ACCIO Bambi, BAMBI. So go follow them, give them love, and tell them that we sent you and see what other fountain of knowledge they have to provide to you.
Speaking of, though, if you have that fountain of knowledge, Akio Bambi, and you want to like share it just to me so that I have all the cool stories to share, that's fine too.
If you could just share them,
Yes.
like just give Tiffany like a drink of your fountain.
Yes.
That'd be great.
Yes, please and thank you.
Story time.
Story time.
So, Bambi, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We
I
love
just
you.
wanna,
Yes, thank
you're
you.
the best. The best.
Anyway, that was my little tangent. Rebecca,
What you
are we
got for
learning
us?
about today?
Are you guys ready for a story?
Always.
I'm not telling y'all what this is about first.
Okay.
Cool.
Because it's more fun.
I'm
Because
excited.
I like suspense and cliffhangers when I'm in charge of them.
And you like when we're just like, it's a drag queen.
Hey, that turned out really well.
It
because
did.
You guys were right.
Right? Usually.
When are we wrong? Ever.
How long do you have?
Oh.
So, just again, before we get started, the blend is pretty good.
The wine? Yeah.
No, but when you take that one and blend it with that one, it takes away the fact that
You-
that one tastes like water.
You blend the blend. We're mixing wines because we opened one and it tastes like water.
We're just mixologists now. That's basically how life works. Story time, with
Story
Rebecca.
time. So, in 1916, a factory in New Jersey started producing a new fad.
1916?
Yep.
Okay.
1916.
Jinx.
You owe me a Coke.
This fad was watches that glow in the dark.
What?
I have had
in the 16s?
Oh wait, in the
Yes.
16s. Damn, that's awesome.
1916s. Yeah. This light
They
always
were made with like plutonium. Plutonium.
That was discontinued. And they came up with plutonium. It's fine.
That's not how elements work.
It is.
They don't discontinue.
They do.
No, they don't.
They do.
It's extinct.
Oh my god.
Off to a great start here. I'm sorry.
Haven't even started yet.
You missed us.
Plutonium watches, okay?
Anyway, they always showed and didn't require recharging by the sun. Fancy glow-in-the-dark watches. This new technology was extremely useful to soldiers who would be able to read their watches at night or while fighting in the trenches of World War I.
Oh, very nice.
So kind of cool.
Yes.
This factory hired the first 70 of thousands of women who were paid nearly 3 times the average working girl's wages to do this glamorous job. Girls that landed this job were ranked in the top 5% of female workers nationally, which gave the girls financial freedom many didn't have the luxury of having.
Snaps. Yes, queen.
I'm going to try and not get too excited because the plutonium's
The girls were
into
tasked
play.
with painting thin layers of this white paint that glowed onto the watch dials.
Okay.
Sounds like a good job.
This job was glamorous and not just because of the high wages, because elements in the paint cost up to $2.2 million per gram in today's money. And I tried converting that back to see what it actually was in 1916, and the conversion calculator kind of threw a hissy fit. So just know that's what it costs today.
That's insanity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was really thinking it was 2.6 million in the 16s. I was like, holy free, holy.
It wasn't that much in 1916, but it was still a lot.
Way to downplay her story, Ashley.
And on top of that, the girls would be listed as artists in their town's directory.
Ooh, their towns direct. How cute.
Right?
I wish we still had town directories.
Yeah, mine would probably list engineer smartass.
Fair.
This caused many of the girls to encourage their sisters and friends to seek employment at this new fancy factory. As the girls worked,
around
they
the
were
world,
instructed to use their lips or lick the ends of their delicate brushes to bring the bristles to a point. When first starting, many girls asked if the paint was toxic, to which they were told that no, the paint was not toxic, and in fact, it was quite safe.
I feel like they're lying or misinformed.
At the end of the workday, the girls would literally glow.
I'm so jealous.
Were they vampires?
This was partially due to the fact that when mixing the powder into the paint, it would get into the air and land on the girls' clothes, causing them to earn the name the Ghost Girls.
Ooh. Oh, damn. We picked the wrong podcast name.
I'm just picturing like blacklight bowling, except for leaving work.
Whole body.
Like the whole body, just like everybody just walking out.
Pretty much, because some girls would wear their good dresses to work, so later they would shine on the dance floor.
Oh, brilliant.
Others would paint their nails and sometimes even paint their teeth to give their kisses an extra little something.
Oh, la dee da.
Although, to be fair, if I kiss someone and then they smile and their teeth glowed, they might get punched.
I mean, there was an episode in Friends where they turned off the lights and the girl had a black light and Ross's teeth were
Oh,
super-
that's right.
Yeah.
That was creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't the world's biggest Friends fan. Sorry.
That's fine. It's a little overrated, but still funny. Okay, by the
You're
night...
a little overrated, but still funny. It's fine.
That's true.
Minus the funny part.
Ow.
We love you.
By the 1920s, there was a peak of 300 girls painting watch faces with this magical substance.
300?
Yeah.
All right.
Why? Oh, girl.
Wait, what? I'm going to sound real stupid. Was there a war going on during this time?
No.
Okay.
Wait.
Well, yeah, no. World War One. I think it ended by the 20s. Before I sound real stupid and people have to tell us what buggering is again.
Right? I'm trying to remember when World War One ended. It
1918.
That's what I thought. Okay, when did it start?
1916.
Okay, that's
Okay.
No,
so-
14. July 28th, 1914.
So if this was 1916, that makes sense.
no,
Well, it's all
19, we're
women.
talking about 1920 now.
We're in the 1920s now,
Oh, never mind.
which is fine.
Girl power.
In
Because we run the world. Who run the world?
In 1922, Mollie Maggia, who was then 22 years old, had to quit her job when she started falling ill.
Oh, no, Molly.
It started as an aching tooth that was pulled out easily enough by her dentist. However, soon after, the next tooth had to be extracted.
Oh, no, I have aching teeth. And
Re-
I love glow-in-the-dark things. Oh, no.
Where the teeth used to be were agonizing ulcers that wouldn't heal and seeped with blood and pus.
Oh my God.
That obviously made her breath foul.
Oh, I think that would have to be the worst
I
part for
realize
me.
now my timing with the story is not great.
It's okay, Ashley.
You're fine. But she's
I
not.
don't have codeine today. I can't.
Soon after, her limbs started to ache, and it was at this point she had to leave her job. Thinking it was rheumatism, a doctor gave her some aspirin and sent her home.
Take these. What is that? You have ghosts in your blood? Take this codeine. Or what is... I can't remember the name. Carry on.
Are you sure you're out of codeine?
I'm not out of codeine. I'm just not taking it currently.
So the ulcer spread, and by May of 1922, Mollie had lost most of her teeth, and the infection had covered her jaw, the roof of her mouth, and even parts of her ears.
Poor baby.
So this next part, I had a bit of mixed sources. Some just say her dentist, and some say her doctor thought that Mollie had a fast-growing abscess on her jaw and wanted to remove it immediately. When her dentist opened up her gums, he poked at her jaw, which crumbled immediately under his fingertips.
No. Ow.
The doctor...
Guess I won't be scheduling my oral surgery anytime soon. Thanks.
The doctor or dentist ended up pulling out most of her jaw that day with his hands and removed the rest of her jaw and part of her inner ear later that summer.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
No. That's crazy. Ashley, are you okay? This is a podcast. Oh.
Yeah, hindsight's 2020. Sorry, Ashley.
Molly.
It's fine.
By September of 1922, a tumor had cut into Mollie's jugular vein and flooded her throat with blood as she choked in her bed.
Molly, you poor baby.
Mollie's death certificate identified her cause of death as syphilis.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mollie wasn't the only girl who was suffering from what seemed to be random health issues. A girl named Grace Fryer had to be put in a steel back brace when her spine collapsed because her vertebrae were in the same condition as Mollie's jaw.
Oh, no.
dang.
One girl's jaw was eaten away to a stump. Others had their legs shortened and would spontaneously fracture. Still others
We're
developed...
going with spontaneous combustion here. I almost got excited.
Others still developed skin cancer, tumors, cataracts, and hair loss. And one interesting fact was it was noticed that the girls' bones would glow.
It's that, what was it?
Plutonium.
The plutonium.
The company the girls were working for was the United States Radium Corporation, and they were painting watch faces with paint that was laced with the radioactive element radium.
WTF.
That is so much worse than plutonium.
So you guys want to know... It is. I'm going to explain why.
Please do.
Please do.
So do you guys know
Wow.
what radium is?
Let's, for the sake of our listeners who don't.
Right. Absolutely. Let's just let you fully researched continue. I mean, I totally do.
I'm fully aware.
Oh, I know you guys know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Radium is an element with the only stable isotope being radium-226 and has a half-life of 1,600 years.
1,600 years. Yep.
Jesus. Sorry. I
knew
mean,
that.
I knew that.
Radium was discovered by Pierre and Marie Curie in 1898, and they immediately recognized the potency of the element that they were working with.
Right.
Marie had given herself unpleasant burns working with the element, and Pierre once stated that he wasn't able to bear the thought of being in a room with even a kilogram of the stuff, saying he was afraid it would blind him and burn off his skin.
He was right.
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, it would just disintegrate your bones.
Oh, NBD.
Come on, I thought you knew what radium was, Tiffany.
The reason they were worried is because this is due to the fact that radium emits alpha particles in all directions. So just so y'all know, there are a couple different types of radiation, including beta and gamma, but we're mostly focusing on alpha for this story.
Okay.
So alpha particles is a particle that, when outside of the body and in small doses, is essentially harmless.
Okay.
Like-
It's due to the fact that it can't really penetrate through the skin.
But
Do
if
you have
you
any-
lick a paintbrush with it on it
Ding,
every
ding,
day
ding,
for
ding,
multiple
ding,
times
ding,
a day.
ding.
Damn.
To put this in perspective, the average American is exposed to 620 millirem of radiation per year, although I couldn't find any confirmation of how much of that is alpha particles. But roughly half of that is from background radiation, and the other half is from medical x-rays.
Huh. I I had a medical x-ray earlier this year.
I've only had like 4 on my face
Fun
this
fact.
year.
If you ate 1 banana per day, you'd receive a dose of 2.6 milligrams per year.
My poor child. She's like a walking banana because that's what she likes to eat.
She's a walking banana.
I'm a banana. I'm a banana.
At the time of its discovery, it was believed that radium had many health benefits. This stemmed from the discovery that radium salts, when applied to a tumor, could help shrink the tumor.
It also shrank everything else.
Do cocaine about it. That's the meme I was trying to think of. Looks like you have ghost in your blood. You should do cocaine about it. Y'all haven't seen that meme?
No.
Stay tuned to our Instagram.
Okay. In the short term, radium actually stimulates the red blood cells, giving the illusion of radiating health and thus making the girls think they were getting healthier with each brush stroke. This caused news outlets to rave about this magical element, an element that was added to everything from swimming pools to tonics to candy and eventually glowing watch faces.
No.
To candy?
Yeah,
Why would you do that to candy?
because this is a magical new element that would make
I
you
guess that's
healthier.
like
It made everything
cocaine and
healthier.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me nervous.
However, once inside the body, these tiny glowing radium isotopes that emit alpha particles can wreak havoc. So, are you guys familiar with how atoms work? That's a no. Okay.
No, I absolutely look. I said math and history were my strong suits.
Didn't even give us a chance to react to the question. Like, there was not a beat before she just assumed.
I have a general knowledge. Yes, I would not say I'm an expert. I would not say I know everything about how they react.
Most atoms I know react pretty poorly. They're kind of a little douchey.
But
Actually, most of them are pretty safe.
atoms, like ADAMS.
I was trying to make a yoke. They're like, WTF, bruh.
If this wine was...
Come at me, turtle.
All right, let's have a science lesson. Okay. So, think of radium like a tiny little battery. This
Okay.
battery gets charged up by the sun, and when the atom's outer electron, so you have the center, which is made of things I can't remember the names of right now. Sorry, Mom.
Do you know how atoms work?
Shut up. My story. So you have electrons
Uh-huh.
circling around the nucleus.
Yes.
So as the atom gains energy, these electrons go out to outer orbits.
Yes.
So think of it as like gaining energy, getting outer orbits.
Yes.
Well, when this energy source goes away, these electrons need a way to get rid of this energy. So in order to go back down to lower orbits that require less energy, they emit light.
Got it. Basically, hold on, I've got this.
Do you, though?
I'm a bright shining star. I am a...
That's your problem. You need to stop emitting that light and keep your energy for yourself.
She'd explode.
I would. See? This is why I'm such a bright shining light. I got all this
Shine
pent up
bright like a
energy.
diamond. I sometimes wish we were on a visual medium, not podcast, because that was perfect.
Thanks.
Okay, atom
Yes,
lesson.
atom.
Statics.
So as these electrons, for lack of a better word, calm down and emit light, this light has to go somewhere. So think of this light as like a tiny machine gun. And once inside the body, this tiny machine gun causes cells around it to die and mutate.
Oh, shit.
Chemically speaking, fun fact that I didn't know, and it's not really a fun fact because it's kind of awful, radium behaves like calcium when ingested in the body.
It makes your bones stronger?
Ding. No way.
I know.
Almost.
I know.
But it means that the body stores it in their bones.
So whenever this machine gun is going off, it's going off in your bones.
Yeah, it's killing your bones, causing radiation-induced bone necrosis and
So
bone
by
cancers.
acting like calcium, it just gets stored in your bone. That's the only thing it and calcium have in common.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, carry on.
My
I was
wave
confused.
Do you guys
is
remember
down.
what they were told when they asked if the paint they were working with was harmful?
Psh, nah, you straight. Boo.
It was believed that radium in low doses wasn't anything harmful and was even good for you. That being said, the male engineers at the factory wore lead aprons while handling large amounts of the elements.
Some bitches.
My sentiments exactly.
The girls, because they used their mouths to point their brushes, ended up ingesting large amounts of radium over time, causing them to fall ill to radiation sickness. So
Not
now that
cool,
I have
man.
y'all nice and angry, would y'all like a drink break?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, I'll make something not glowing for
Fucking
us.
patriarchy.
Yeah, okay.
you a true crime junkie? Do you talk about true crime with your friends all of the time? And are there cases that have stuck with you for so many years because of geographic or emotional closeness? If so, then welcome to Fatalities. I'm Elisa Lucas, and this is the podcast where I explore true crime cases over tea with the help of my friends. Because without tea, friends, and good conversation, there's nothing but darkness and chaos. So grab a warm cup of tea and join me as my friends and I discuss the cases that have struck a chord with us and the related issues that might help us understand why such horrible crimes have occurred. The podcast is dropped every other Wednesday and is available on such podcatchers as Apple, Podbean, Spotify, and so much more. You may follow Fatalities on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, but don't forget that Teas is spelled T-E-A-S, because here is where we spill the tea.
We're back. And Ashley has to burp. There we go.
We're back.
Are you guys ready to find out what happens?
Protons
They die.
and neutrons we discovered on our drink break
Are
inside of a nucleus.
Yeah.
Da, da, da.
Yeah, I remembered that
Education.
from my class in science.
Which class would you have learned that in?
Science.
Biology?
Chemistry.
Chemistry. I didn't take chemistry.
I just cause things and melt in chemistry. It's fine.
Would you not have learned about that in biology either? When
Not-
you discuss
you
your
earn the elemental. You learn the table of elements.
but
in
you
chemistry.
but in biology you learn about the atoms and the electrons and the protons and all that. I did because
Well,
you
see,
learn about what's in your body.
You do learn
You
about
have
what's in
that
your body,
shit.
but that's always been more like not important. Let's find out what happens.
But that is the basics, and protons and neutrons are basics. So
Biology is chemistry, which is physics, which is math.
I did
Statics.
just enough to get me out of there in high school and didn't go back to school after, so I got nothing.
So what did we learn about this in our statics class?
Things aren't moving, they're just breaking and glowing.
The United States Radium Corporation, also known as a USRC, held on to the belief that Mollie died of syphilis, although more and more girls were falling ill.
So there was a Radium Corporation.
Yep.
When all this shit was happening,
Mm-hmm.
what
They
were they
were-
doing?
They worked for the Radium Corporation, didn't they?
Yeah, the girls worked for the United States Radium Corporation.
But
They
they were
were-
told it was just a watch company.
No, I mean
They were painting the glowing faces onto the watches.
Yeah, but did they know that it was the Radium Corporation?
Yes.
Yeah, but everyone thought radium was this fantastic new miracle element and were crazy about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the future, we know that plutonium and radium are bad. Not back then.
Curse you, plutonium.
Do you know what famous instance plutonium and uranium were used in?
Bomb.
Ding, ding, ding. All right, I won't quiz you any
Uranium.
more about that because I didn't do a research paper on that in high school.
You did a research paper on this in high school?
On the bombing of Nagasaki and Hiroshima.
Oh, I thought you meant like the story you're telling us.
No.
Okay, continue. Sorry. We haven't hung out in a while, so sidetrack city. Here we
Okay,
come.
so the United States Radium Corporation held on to believe that Mollie died of syphilis, although more and more girls were falling ill every day.
Did her nose fall off?
Her jaw did. In 1924, an independent study determined that the paint that was being ingested by the girls is not harmless, which was what was told to the girls, but instead, the paint was very, very hazardous.
So this was only 8 years. Well, not only, but this was 8 years after they started doing this. They just realized it was dangerous.
Yeah, and I'll explain
no.
farther down why.
Okay, sorry.
So the USRC retaliated to the study by paying for their own study, which, surprise, showed that swallowing the radioactive paint was actually good for you.
What? If you pay for a study, you can get whatever results you want.
This is why independent studies are very, very important, guys.
Yes.
In 1925, Grace Fryer decided to sue, and after facing many lawyers who either disbelieved the claims of the girls or who were fearful of the Radium Corporations, she finally found Raymond Berry in 1927, who would help her and 4 coworkers file a case.
It's not James
I
Berry.
know, but another Barry that I love.
One fact that made the girls' case difficult was that symptoms typically took 5 years to manifest, and at the time, the statute of limitations dictated that victims of occupational poisoning had 2 years to bring their cases forward.
Well, that's shit. Sorry.
Hear ye, hear ye.
That is shit.
Yeah. This fact didn't stop Grace Fryer, who commented, "It is not for myself I care. I am thinking more of the hundreds of girls to whom this may serve as an example."
Grace.
Yes, queen. You deserve all the snaps.
By 1927, however, the time for the girls was running out. Some of them were only given a handful of months to live. This forced them to eventually settle out of court, but as Grace planned, this raised the profile of radium poisoning into the public eye. News spread very quickly of the Radium Girls, causing riots at other plants that girls worked as dial painters. So it wasn't just a USRC that was doing this. There's a couple other companies in the country who were manufacturing glowing watches.
Not cool, man.
No. Still, other corporations such as the Illinois-based firm Radium Dial flat out denied responsibility, with Radium Dial going as far as to steal the radium-riddled bones in an attempt to cover up the situation.
What?
Wow.
Yeah. In 1938, Catherine Wolfe, who was known as Donahue after marriage, after also losing her teeth, her jaw also fell out and she had to hold a handkerchief to her mouth to absorb the ever-present stuff.
Oh, honey.
In addition, she also developed a grapefruit-sized tumor on her hip, gave a testimony from her deathbed against her doctor's wishes.
Honey.
This, with the help of her lawyer, Leonard Grossman, who worked pro bono, finally won justice for herself and all other dial painters.
Yay!
So what did this eventually do for society?
I really hope that it put into place something like the FDA.
The FDA was around by that point.
Well, I know, but something like that, like put restrictions.
The Radium Girls case was one of the first cases where employers were made responsible for the health of their employees.
Oh, yay.
This led to the life-saving regulation and eventually the establishment of the Occupational Safety and Health Administration.
Okay, that's kind of what I meant. If that makes any sense.
Yes, it does.
Okay, good. Yay, good. OSHA. Yay.
So before OSHA was set up, around 14,000 people died on the job every year. Today, it is just over 4,500.
Wow.
But essentially, because these girls fought for workers' rights, they ended up winning and making lives better for everyone in the country. And that is the
Rudy clap for the Radium Girls.
brief story of the Radium Girls, because there's books and articles, and it goes way into detail.
That's crazy talk.
My heart breaks. My heart breaks a lot.
Yeah. That's a lot of senseless issues and deaths and
senseless and stupid, and it's people saying like, I know that's probably my fault, but I don't have to deal with it, so
it's gonna brush that under the rug.
Yeah, that
and then continuing to do it.
Yes,
yeah,
that's the bigger issue. Like, I don't want to say it would be better if it happened and they didn't take responsibility for it and then stopped, because it's still not good, but
to continue to do it and
insist that nothing's wrong.
Yeah, that's the part that makes me mad. Like thinking about like anything like present day, if something like that would happen and they're like, look guys, it's not our fault and we won this case proving it's not our fault. Yeah. So people are like, okay, cool, it's not their fault, and they move on with their lives, and then there are people like freaking dying and
Would you like some water wine?
I want box wine.
You want box wine?
Makes me sad.
But
Water
that's wine's just not going to
fascinating.
cut it for her anger level tonight.
They need it. You know what? Bring back the plutonium.
See, I got interested because I started reading about them. Like, oh, they glowed, and oh, wow, they did this and that, and oh, their bones fell out. That's bad.
That's he. That's bad.
So it's like this roller coaster of information as I'm learning more about it. And
That's crazy.
And there's a book on Amazon called The Radium Girls that I will put a link to in the blog if you guys are interested in doing your own research, which I always highly encourage.
I'm very interested. Oh, that just breaks my heart. But I'm glad that they got OSHA started. You go, girls.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
Good job. Yes, ma'am.
Girl power.
Girl power. I almost said Spice Girls. Girl power.
That is Spice Girls.
It is, but that's not what I meant. I was literally trying to say girl
Yeah.
power, and Spice Girls came out.
I was about to make a radium spice joke, and that would
Me
not be.
too. Colors of the world, radium your life.
Colors of your world. They're all glowing.
I'm not funny.
We have documented proof that that's not true, Miss Hooperdam.
That wasn't funny. That was just me being inebriated and y'all trying to make me record a podcast while on illegal drugs.
Good time.
We never forced you to do anything.
I know. But,
Well,
hey, we've gotten good feedback on it. Somebody out there enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So
It's good. It's fine.
I'm glad I could bring smiles into your world.
Well, I am happy and sad and brokenhearted.
And skeptical of all things that glow now.
I'm skeptical of everything now.
That's a lie and a half.
I love all
always
things
be
that
obsessed
glow.
with glow-in-the-dark things.
It's true.
Radium or snot. It's fine. Not snot. If your snot's glowing, see a doctor.
What if you were working there? Would your snot glow if you sneezed?
I would
Yeah.
imagine if it's going into your
Ugh.
bones, I'm sure it probably goes into all your fluids.
It's in the air. It's on your dresses. It's going to get up your nose when you sneeze. You're going to
And
snot
in your
glow in the dark.
urethra.
On that note, remember, friends.
Mountain Dew pee.
Doopy.
Oh my God.
Remember, friends, everyone has something that they find odd. Let us tell you why it's not.
If you have any questionable topics you'd like us to discuss or you want to teach us something new, you can share them with us on any of our social medias. Links can be found on our website, theladiesestrange.com, or you can email them to us at theladiesestrange@gmail.com.
Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. And if you think we're doing a great job and want to support the show, like our beautiful friend we mentioned earlier, you can find us on Patreon. Keep it strange, lovelies.
And don't forget to send in your motherhood story.
Please and thank you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Mean it. Love you, mean it.
Bye. Mean it.
Bye.
Bye, mean it.
Get the fuck
GTFO.
out.
You missed me.